This is a elm tree. This used to be a small miniature bonsai about 8 inches tall that I had for a while, and it was getting weaker. It was dying, so I decided to pot it, to just repot it into a bigger pot and just set it outside in the garden and just let it grow. See if it will regain its strength, and then I will try to style it again. But I'm afraid I have neglected it for too long and too much, because you know, now it's spring 2011. It's March actually, and I notice it actually has a lot of scale infestation. If you notice this branch here, and also in the upper part of the tree, you know. So before I do anything else on this tree, I need to remove the scales. I'm just going to do a more mechanical way, with just to use this to scrape it off. Anything to scrape it off, and without damaging the tree. Scales are kind of hard to treat. There are chemicals and oils that you can spray, but that will only work on a certain stage. You know, when they become like this hard shell, they are actually protected, so they're not afraid of any chemicals. So it's better if you can just to remove it manually first. Just scrape it off. This is probably from last year's. I don't think these are alive right now. This is probably from last year's scale, and when they die, they leave this shell here, and underneath the shell are eggs, you know, or that will hatch this year, and it will continue to damage your tree. So it's better to, you know, I'm going to manually remove these, and then later on spray the whole tree with a soap solution, you know, just detergent and water mix, and just spray it, so I can kill any other insect, all the scales, all the eggs. Okay, I actually spent like 15 minutes scraping all the scales from this little tree. Be careful, they could be hiding everywhere, so you have to turn your tree. When you're doing that, you have to keep, you know, turning it and watching it from different directions. But I think I'm done. The next step I'm going to do now is to spray some soap and water. It's a mixture. You know, I just mix some water and dish soap. What's the proportion? I'm not sure. I think roughly 1/10. You know, if you do 1/10 of soap with water. And the idea of using the soapy water is to, you know, it's a mixture that will kill all the insects and all the larvae or the eggs. Because I also start to notice some black aphids here on the plant. I don't know if you can see. So that will work too. The soapy water will actually kill all the eggs and all the insects. What they do is they actually damage the protective layer of the bugs, you know, and then the bugs will just be exposed to the environment, you know, and die. So the protection, you remove the protection. You spray gently but generously cover the entire plant, you know, because the bugs could be hiding everywhere, you know, under the bark, you know, under the leaves. So just make sure that the soap will not damage the tree, you know, because it's a very low concentration, and also it will not be too bad for the environment. So that's why I like to use the soap. So I'm spraying upwards, you know, just make sure I cover the back of the leaves. Since this tree has been infected, most likely it will come back. The infection might come back. So you have to watch it. You have to keep controlling the bugs. I cannot guarantee that I kill 100% of all the pests, so I just need to keep an eye on it. So when do we know it's good to stop? When do we know we spray enough? Is when you start seeing this the droppings. You know, the leaves are well saturated and the soap starts to drop from the leaves. So this is how I know. Okay, in a couple days I'm gonna start doing some pruning on this tree just to remove all the dead branches and try to shape it up a little bit and prepare for the future. My plan is to leave this in this pot again for one more season so it can grow stronger, and then do a heavy pruning and make it back into a miniature bonsai the way it was before. It was about 8 inches tall. So the top portion will be removed. I'll probably graft air layer the top portion so I can get another plant out of it, so I can actually have 2 plants now. This is my Chinese elm.